Hey guys, 1949 USA 5-center coin. Most people see a Jefferson nickel and think it's just 5 cents. It's the coin we use for exact change and then forget about. But if you have a nickel from 1949, you are looking at one of the most interesting years in American coinage history. Between a legendary overmint mark error and a condition rarity that can push the price into the thousands of dollars, the 1949 nickel is a hunter's dream. Today, we're going to show you exactly what to look for, why the S and D mint marks matter so much, and the one specific detail on the back of the coin that determines if your nickel is worth 5 cents, or $500. By 1949, the U.S. Mint was back in the groove of post-war production. Just a few years earlier, during World War II, nickels were actually made of 35% silver because nickel was needed for the war effort. Those are the famous war nickels. But by 1949, we were back to the standard composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel. While these aren't made of precious silver, their value comes from scarcity and errors. In 1949, 3 mints were hard at work. Philadelphia No Mint Mark, produced about 46 million. Denver D, produced 36 million. That San Francisco mintage is quite low for a modern era coin, making the 1949 S a semi-key date right out of the gate. But wait, it gets better. In 1949, a worker at the Denver Mint was given a die that had already been punched with an S for San Francisco. Instead of throwing it away, they simply punched a D right over the top of it. Get your magnifying glass out. You are looking at the reverse of the coin, to the right of Monticello. Look at the D mint mark. You'll see a small, curved line peeking out from the top left and the bottom left of the D. That is the ghost of the original S. In high-grade versions, this is very clear. In circulated coins, it can be tough to see, but it's there. The value, even in a heavily circulated fine condition, this error can sell for 40 to 60. If you find one in mint state, you're looking at 300 to 1,500 plus depending on the grade. Okay, let's say you have a regular 1949 nickel with no error. Can it still be worth a lot? Yes. Collectors obsess over something called on the back of the nickel. There are steps leading up to Jefferson's home, Monticello. Because of the way these coins were struck, the metal often didn't fill the die completely, leaving the steps looking like a flat blob. If you find a 1949 nickel where you can see 5 or 6 crisp, unbroken lines on those steps, you've hit the jackpot. A 1949 S with full steps is incredibly rare. In a high grade like MS67 with full steps, this coin has been known to sell at auction for over 10,000. Most nickels you find in change will have the steps worn smooth. You are looking for mint state coins that look like they were just made yesterday but have been sitting in a drawer since 1949. Here is the current 2026 market breakdown for your 1949 nickels. The 1949 nickel is the perfect example of why you should always look at the date and the mint mark. Whether it's the low mintage San Francisco coin, the elusive full steps rarity, or the legendary D over S error, there is serious money to be found in these old Jeffersons. So, go check your piggy banks, your couch cushions, and those old jars of change. You might just be holding a piece of history that's worth a lot more than 5 cents. Would you like me to do a deep dive into the 1950 D nickel next, the rarest non-error Jefferson nickel in existence? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep your eyes on the change. Happy hunting!